Hey, I'm Doug.
And I'm Ryan, and welcome to Momentum Tennis. Today we have for you 3 tips to a rock-solid volley. Let's get into it.
So the problem I see with a lot of recreational players is that they take the racket back too far on the volley and too big a swing. It's hard to time, the ball's coming too quickly. It's very difficult to time that accurately. So the solution is your offhand. So for me, I'm a right-hander, so my offhand is my left hand. It goes on the throat of the racket. I initiate my turn with the left hand, which turns my upper body, and then I simply block the ball out in front of my shoulders. On the backhand, it's the same thing. I take my non-dominant hand and load the racket no further than my lead shoulder, and then I simply attack the volley. This produces a very short blocking motion, which is very easy to control. Ready?
So our next tip is to load and lunge. A lot of players, when they come to net, will feel uncomfortable, almost like they're being attacked or jammed or rushed. They feel like they're in a defensive position. When you come to the net, you should very much feel like you're on offense. If it's time to attack, it's time to try and put that ball away and put lots of pressure on your opponents when you come to net. So load and lunge is a tip that can help with that. What I mean by load and lunge is that you get your feet nice and wide apart and you're loading your legs right from the moment that your opponent hits the ball, okay? So if you see from a side view, if my opponent was hitting the ball right now, I'd get a nice wide split step. My legs are loading, and then I can go forward to the ball, okay? Much different feeling than if I were to stand here and just turn like this and be reacting to what my opponent's doing. This is a proactive step. I see they're about to hit, I load and lunge forward, okay? That allows me to stay in a more aggressive, control-oriented state of mind instead of reacting to what my opponent's doing. So make sure that you load and lunge.
So a common problem in volleying is knowing which ball I can be aggressive on and which I can't. Some balls are offensive and some balls are defensive. A good example of that is when the ball's above the net and I'm moving forward, I can take the ball above the net and be very aggressive with my shot. I can control the whole court with my shot. On the other hand, when I'm getting the ball blasted at my feet, now I don't want to move my racket. Now I want to be in a more of a deflect scenario where I'm just taking the racket and putting the strings on the ball to keep the ball in play. That's all I want to do. If I start moving the racket, I really have trouble, okay? So when it's above the net, you can attack. When it's low, keep the racket still and you're in good shape.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you got a ton of value out of this video. Just to summarize, our 3 points to a rock-solid volley were to turn with your top hand on the racket to prevent unwanted swing on your volley. Point number 2 was to load your legs and lunge towards the ball. So as your opponent's hitting, you get that split step in and get yourself in a nice aggressive mindset at the net rather than reactive and defensive. And point number 3 was to attack or deflect with your volley based on the ball coming to you.
Come visit us in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina, and until then, we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.